We had the rings picked out, not the real ones, just the kind you buy at a fair. We had the names picked out for our children, and a rocking chair we'd share. We talked about the house with a wraparound porch, and the dog we'd name after your dad. We were so sure of every step of the future we were gonna have. We were so close to the edge of always, we could almost taste the forever kind. But somewhere between the promise and the parting, we left it all behind. Almost meant forever, but forever had a different plan. Almost built a life together, almost held it in our hands. We were almost the ones who made it through, almost the ones who knew what it meant to never say goodbye. Almost meant forever, you and I still have that photograph of us standing in the living room we'd rent. You're laughing at something I can't remember, but I know what that moment meant. We were building a foundation out of hope, and dreams we dared to name. I thought we had the strongest kind of love, the one that doesn't change. But change came anyway, like a river through the land, and washed away the plans we made before we could stand. Almost meant forever, but forever had a different plan. Almost built a life together, almost held it in our hands. We were almost the ones who made it through, almost the ones who knew what it meant to never say goodbye. Almost meant forever, you and I. Maybe almost is its own kind of forever, the kind that lives in the space between what was and what could never be, a chapter that was never seen. I'll carry you in the almost, the nearly, the not quite there. A love that was almost everything, and that's enough to bear. Almost meant forever, and maybe that's enough. Not every love needs to be the one that's tough. We were almost the ones who made it through, almost the ones who knew. And even though we had to say goodbye, almost meant forever. You and I, almost meant forever. And that's okay. I'm holding my phone like a lifeline, waiting for your name to light up the screen. You're 3 time zones and 1,000 miles from the place where I used to be seen. I trace your face in the morning light through a screen that can't hold your hand. We're building a home in the in-between on a foundation of sand. Some days the space between us feels like nothing at all. Some days it's an ocean I'm too tired to cross. Between love and distance, I'm standing in the gap, holding on to words when I can't hold you back. We're a conversation scattered through the hours, 2 hearts trying to bloom without the flowers. Between love and distance, we're learning to be everything we never knew we'd need. But some nights the miles feel like a fence between love and distance. I send you a postcard from the coffee shop where we used to spend our afternoons. You send me a voice note, you laugh in my ears, a temporary cure for the blues. We're living on time zones and Wi-Fi, on promises we make at midnight, trying to believe that the waiting is worth the moment we're back in the light. Some days I'm confident that we're building something strong. Some days I wonder if the distance is where we belong. Between love and distance, I'm standing in the gap, holding on to words when I can't hold you back. We're a conversation scattered through the hours, 2 hearts trying to bloom without the flowers. Between love and distance, we're learning to be everything we never knew we'd need. But some nights the miles feel like a fence between love and distance. Maybe the distance is teaching me what I couldn't learn up close, how to hold you without holding, how to trust without a ghost. I'm learning that love isn't geography, it's a choice I make each day, to stay, to wait, to believe that the space is just a phase. Between love and distance, I'm finding my way through the lonely nights and the endless days. We're not just a conversation, we're a home, a place that I've never known. Between love and distance, I'm holding on to the promise of a future dawn. between love and distance. I'll wait for you. I saw your story on my feed last night. You were smiling like you wanna fight for care resolution, every detail clear, every pixel of you without me here. I zoomed in on your face, looked for the cracks, for any sign that you were holding back. But the clarity was brutal, sharp and true, a high-definition version of losing you. They said time would blur the edges, that memories would fade to gray. But I'm watching you in ultra-high def, and the pain is here to stay. Crying in HD, every tear is crystal clear. No filter, no soft focus, no hiding from the fear. I see you in 2020, every detail of the end. And I can't look away from the picture of what we couldn't mend. Crying in HD, the colors are too bright. Every memory is vivid in the middle of the night. I used to think blur was mercy, but now I finally see. Crying in HD is the only way to be free. I deleted all our photos from my phone, but the high-res images are burned into my bones. I remember every freckle, every line, the way your eyes looked when you said you'd be mine. I could paint your portrait from memory, every shade of you still haunting me. No pixelation, no distortion to hide the truth that you're still living deep inside. They said ignorance is bliss, but I can't unsee what I saw. A love so sharp it cuts me with the clarity of it all. Crying in HD, every tear is crystal clear. with a softened memory or a filtered track. I see you as you were, and I see me as I am, and I'm learning that clarity is part of the plan. Crying in HD, it doesn't blur the pain, but it shows me who I am in the aftermath of the rain. I'll take the sharp edges, the truth that I see, crying in HD. Set me free. Crying in HD. I see you. We built a room with soundproof walls where only our voices could call. We repeated what we wanted to hear until the truth disappeared. We told ourselves we were fine, drowned out the noise of the outside, created a feedback loop of desire, a self-contained empire, but echoes unreal. They're just reflections of what we feel, and we were just bouncing back the same old track. Echo chamber love, we were trapped inside a loop of our own design, nowhere to hide. We said the same words, we played the same game, but nothing changed. Nothing changed. Echo chamber love, we couldn't hear the sound of the end drawing near. We were so loud we couldn't see. We were just echoes of you and me. I told myself you were the one, because I heard it so many times it became true. You told yourself we'd never break, because we refused to see the shake in the foundation we built with sound. A house of cards on hollow ground. Every affirmation was a lie. We rehearsed until we didn't even try. We amplified the good and muted the misunderstood, until there was nothing left but the sound of our own breath. Echo chamber love, we were trying Echo We started like a novel on a shelf, a brand new cover, a world unto itself. Every chapter was a page we couldn't wait to turn, a story we were so eager to learn. We had characters we loved, a plot that made sense, a narrative so full of confidence. I thought we'd make it to the final act, but somewhere in the middle we lost track. Now the pages are yellowing, the ink is fading fast. I'm reading back what we wrote, but it's becoming part of the past. Fading like a story in the sun, the words are blurring, coming undone. We were a tale that I thought would stay, now I'm watching us fade away. Fading like a story, line by line, a plot that lost its way with time. I'm holding on to what I can, but you're slipping through my hand. I remember the first line like it was yesterday, the way you said my name, the way you made me stay. We built a world together, brick by brick. Now the foundation's cracking, and I'm getting sick of trying to rewrite the ending when the ending's already been written. I can't force a story to be what it's not. I can't make you love me if you forgot. Maybe some stories aren't meant to conclude. Maybe they fade into the interlude, the space between what was and what will be, a memory that's setting me free. Fading like a story in the sun, the words are blurring, coming undone. We were a tale that I thought would stay, now I'm watching us fade away. Fading like a story, line by line, a plot that lost its way with time. I'm holding on to what I can, but you're slipping through my hands. But maybe fading isn't the end. Maybe it's just a new chapter about to begin. Not the story I thought we'd be, but a different kind of poetry, the one where I learned to stand alone and write a story of my own, not forgetting, just letting go of the chapters I used to know. Fading like a story, but I'm okay. The best stories change along the way. We had our chapters, we had our time, and I'll cherish every line. Fading like a story, not a loss, just a page I'm ready to cross to the next part, to the next page. Fading like a story, I turn the page. Fading like a story, but still beautiful. I was running smooth, a well-oiled machine, heartbeat steady, nothing in between. Then you came along with your static charge, and now there's a glitch in my heart. My system's crashing, I can't reboot. Every time I think of you, the code is tangled, the wires cross. I'm malfunctioning, I'm lost. I try to debug, try to reset, but the error message won't let me forget. You're a virus in my operating system, and I don't wanna fix it. Glitch in my heart, you're breaking the code. A beautiful error I can't unload. My pulse is skipping, my screen is blue. All because of you. Grit in my heart, I'm not the same. A beautiful bug I can't explain. I used to run perfect, now I'm a mess, but I love this glitch, I confess. I try to patch the hole you left, uninstall the memories, clear the cache, but every time I think I'm fixed, you show up in the algorithms mixed. With every thought, with every dream, you're the error in the scene. I'm corrupted, I'm offline, but I don't wanna be repaired this time. I know you're not good for my system, but I can't help but run the program. Some glitches are worth the crash, even if they burn to ash. Glitch in my heart, you're breaking the code. A beautiful error I can't unload. My pulse is skipping, my screen is blue. All because of you. Glitch in my heart, I'm not the same. A beautiful bug I can't explain. I used to run perfect, now I'm a mess, but I love this glitch, I confess. They say I need a hard reset, that I should just forget, but some glitches are the best part. The flaws Glitch in my heart, I'm keeping you there. A beautiful error beyond repair. My code is messy, my signals crossed, but I wouldn't trade what I've lost. Glitch in my heart, you made me new. A different version, a different view. I'm not perfect, but I'm real. Still running. Your little green dot is mocking me, shining bright for everyone to see. You're active now, but you won't reply, just leaving me hanging, wondering why. I see you posting stories like you're living your best life, while I'm sitting here reading between the lines. You're out there smiling, making memories new, and I'm just a notification you never click through. You're gone but online, what does that mean? A digital ghost in a real-life dream. You exist in a space I can't touch, and it hurts too much. Gone but online, you're a screen away, but you might as well be a million miles today. I see your name, I see your face in a virtual world I can't replace. Gone but online, it's a special kind of hell, knowing you're there but you won't tell me what I did, why you walked away. Gone but online, fading to gray. I've muted your posts, I've hidden your stories, told myself I'm done with the worries, but I still check your profile now and then, just to see if you're happy, just to see if you've moved on. You changed your picture, you cut your hair, you look like someone who doesn't care that I'm still here, still holding on to a love that's gone but not with dawn. You're gone but online, a paradox, a heart that's locked behind a box. I can see you but I can't reach, and it's breaking me. Gone but online, you're a screen away, gray. Maybe I need to block you, cut the cord, stop looking for the love I can't afford to keep chasing, while I'm losing all space, while I'm losing myself in the process. So I'm logging off, I'm closing the app, I'm taking back what I thought I left. You're gone but online, but I'm letting go of the version of you I used to know. Gone but online, not my concern anymore. I'm closing the window, I'm closing the door. You exist in a world I don't need to see to know that I'm finally free. Gone but online, you can have your space. I'm finding my own, I'm finding my price. No more watching, no more waiting. Gone but online, I'm got the blame. Gone but online, not for me. You left me on red for 3 days straight. Said you needed time to process, but hearts don't work like loading screens. You can't pause a feeling, can't compress. I watched the dots appear and disappear, a digital dance of your indecision, while my heart was sitting here in a state of constant revision. You treat love like a slow connection, something you can buffer till it's right. But I'm not a streaming service, you can't pause me overnight. Hearts don't buffer, hearts don't wait for you to decide you wanna stay. They beat in real time, they break in real time. You can't hit pause on what's mine. Hearts don't buffer, they don't freeze for you to figure out what you need. So make your choice or watch me go. Hearts don't buffer, I need to know. You said you needed space to think, but space just felt like distance. I was standing on the brink while you were building resistance. Every day I waited for a sign, a message, a call, a sign of life. But you were stuck in your own mind, and I was paying the price. Love isn't something you queue up when it's convenient for you. It's a live wire, a pulse, a rush, and I deserve something true. Hearts don't buffer, hearts don't wait for you to decide you wanna stay. They beat in real time, they break in real time. You can't hit pause on what's mine. Hearts don't buffer, they don't freeze for you to figure out what you need. So make your choice or watch me go. too soon. Or maybe in the wrong room, wrong city, wrong time, wrong stars. Or maybe we were never meant to go this far. I trace the lines upon my hand and wonder where we'd be if the timing had been planned. If I had been ready, if you had stayed, if we hadn't been so afraid. I don't regret what we had, I just wonder what we could have been if the world had been kinder, if we had been different then. In another lifetime, maybe you and me would have had the chance to be everything we couldn't be here, without the weight, without the fear. In another lifetime, I'll find you again, and we won't have to pretend that we were never meant to be. In another lifetime, you and me. I see you sometimes in my dreams. We're walking down a different street. The sun is brighter, the air is clear, and all the things we feared disappear. You reach for my hand like it's nothing new, like we've always known what to do. And for a moment I believe that somewhere we're still meant to be. Maybe in another version of this life we're living, we're not haunted by the ghost of everything we couldn't give. In another lifetime, maybe you and me would have had the chance to be everything we couldn't be here, without the weight, without the fear. In another lifetime, I'll find you again, and we won't have to pretend that we were never meant to be. In another lifetime, you and me. Some loves aren't meant for this world. They're too big, too bright, too wild. They're the kind that only exist in the spaces between the lines. So I'll let you go with grace, not with anger, not with haste, knowing that somewhere in the great unknown we're making a different choice. In another lifetime, I'll hold you close, and we won't let the timing be the thing that hurts the most. We'll be fearless, we'll be brave, we'll be everything we couldn't say. In another lifetime, I'll see you there, with the wind in your hair, with the world laid bare, and we'll finally be what we couldn't be. In another lifetime, you and me. In another lifetime, I'll find you. You like my photo from 3 years ago. Now I'm scrolling through your feed, code, a pattern in the chaos, a signal in the noise, trying to decode the data of a girl I can't avoid. I see you watching stories, but you never say a word. I'm reading all the subtext, every pixel, every blur. You like to post about heartbreak at 2 a.m. last night, and now I'm wondering if you're thinking of me, if I'm still on your mind. I'm trapped in the metadata of what we used to be, clicking through the archives of our history. Every like, every view, every fleeting trace. I'm losing myself in the digital space, lost in your algorithm, trying to find my way through the filtered memories of yesterday. I'm a ghost in your server, a forgotten file. You moved on, but I'm still in the queue, waiting for a sign. Lost in your algorithm, I can't log out. I'm still searching for the version of us that I can't live without. You're a playlist on repeat, a loop I can't delete. Lost in your algorithm, I'm incomplete. Your profile says single, but your photos don't align. You're always with that person, and I'm reading every line of the comments and the captions, looking for a clue that maybe you still think of me the way I think of you. I've muted all your updates, but I still go back and check. Every time I see your name, I feel it in my chest. I know it's not healthy, I know I need to stop, but your algorithm knows me better than I know myself. I'm feeding the machine with my obsession, clicking through a self-made prison. Every notification is a hit of dopamine, and I can't break the pattern, can't break the scene. Lost in your algorithm, you're scrolling through the doubt. I'm deleting the history, clearing the cache, finally letting go of the past. Lost in your algorithm, I found my way back to myself, back to the light of day. You're a closed tab, a finished song. Lost in your algorithm, I'm moving on. Lost in your algorithm, not anymore. I don't need you to post about us. Don't need the likes to know it's love. I don't need a filter to make it real, or a caption to tell me how you feel. Turn off the screens, put down the phone. I just want you here alone. No notifications, no buzzing sound, just your arms wrapped around. We've been living in a digital dream, but the real thing is what I need. So let's log off, let's disconnect, and see what happens next. Love me offline in the real world, where there's no algorithm, no comments heard, where it's just your voice and my heartbeat, and the silence between us is sweet. Love me offline, no Wi-Fi required, just the spark of a real fire. Show me love that doesn't need a screen. Love me offline, where it's just you and me. I don't need to see your story to know where you are. I don't need to double tap to know you're thinking of me. Let's go somewhere the signal dies, where we can look into each other's eyes without a screen between our face, and find our own pace. We've been performing for too long, trying to prove what's already strong. Let's stop curating what we are and just be. Love me offline in the real world, where there's no algorithm, no comments heard, where it's just your voice and my heartbeat, and the silence between us is sweet. Love me offline, no Wi-Fi required, just the spark of a real fire. Show me love that doesn't need a screen. Love me offline, where it's just you and me. I want the morning light on your face, without a camera in the way. I want the conversations that go deep, the kind that make my soul weep. I want the love that doesn't need a witness to believe, just you and me in the quiet dark. The real thing, that's where we start. Love me offline, take my hand, let's build something that no one else can understand through a screen or a post. Love me offline, that's what I want most. No more filters, no more lies, just the truth in your eyes. Love me offline, where it's real, that's the only way I want. just you and me. I see you read my message at 10:33. The little scene is staring back at me. No reply, no reaction, just silence in the thread, leaving all the words I said hanging by a thread. Were you gonna call? Did you change your mind? Are you sitting there just taking your time? Or have you already said goodbye without even looking me in the eye? I'm tired of waiting in the digital dark, wondering if I've lost your heart. I need a yes or a no, a push or a pull, because this in between is getting old. Love me or leave me seen, don't leave me hanging in between. Tell me now, don't make me wait. Is this love or is it hate? Love me or leave me seen, I need to know what you mean, 'cause I can't keep living in the space between your silence and your face. You're posting stories, living your life, while I'm sitting here with this internal fight. I see you tagging photos, you're smiling bright, and I'm the one who's losing sleep at night. I've poured my heart out in every text, but I'm starting to wonder what comes next. If you wanted me, you'd let me know. So maybe it's time for me to go. I've been patient, I've been told me you were falling, but I think you were just free falling through. You said you saw a future, but the future was a room without a view. I painted us in watercolors, you sketched in pencil ready to erase. I was building cathedrals, you were just passing through the space. I believed in every word like a prayer I needed to be true. But the altar was empty, and the God I prayed to was you. Love was the lie I told myself to keep from seeing what was there. A house of cards on a shelf, waiting for a breath of air. You gave me just enough to stay, and I called it something real. But love was the lie, and I was the only one who learned to feel. You said you'd never leave, but you were gone before the words left your mouth. I was holding on to promises that you were handing out. I mistook your attention for devotion, your silence for a peace, but you were just an ocean, and I was drowning in the deep. I wanted so badly to be chosen that I ignored the signs. You gave me words like roses, but they were plastic, not alive. Love was the lie I told myself to keep from seeing what was there. A house of cards on a shelf, waiting for a breath of air. You gave me just enough to stay, and I called it something real. But love was the lie, and I was the only one who learned to feel. Now I'm sifting through the ashes of a fire that never burned. I'm learning that the past is just a lesson I had to learn. You were never who I thought you were, and I was never who I was. When I was busy being yours, I forgot to be enough for us. Love was the lie, but I'm done pretending that I didn't see the end. I gave you everything I had, and you gave me what you could pretend. Love was the lie, but the truth is I learned to stand on my own, and now I see the light for what it was, and I'm finally going home. Love was the lie, but I'm not anymore. No filter on the morning light, catching you before you're ready. No angle that makes everything right, just the truth of us unsteady. You with your messy hair sleepy eyes, me with my defenses down. We don't need to pose or perfect the lines. This is holy ground. We've spent so long curating a version of ourselves for the world to see, but here in the quiet I'm finding that the real is all I need. Love unfiltered, raw and true. No edits, no retouching, just me and you. The cracks, the scars, the beautiful flaws, the kind of love that needs no applause. Love unfiltered, no mask, no screen, just two hearts being what they mean. In the glaring light, in the honest dark. Love unfiltered, that's where we start. I've seen you at your lowest, when the weight was too much to bear. You've held me when I've shown it, all the ugliness, I swear. I'd never let another witness, but you just pull me close and stay. No judgment, no performance, just the real in every way. We don't need the highlight reel, we don't need the perfect frame. The beauty's in the way we feel, not in someone else's name. Love unfiltered, raw and true. No edits, no retouching, just me and you. The cracks, the scars, the beautiful flaws, the kind of love that needs no applause. Love unfiltered, no mask, no screen, just two hearts being what they mean. In the glaring light, in the honest dark. Love unfiltered, that's where we start. No more hiding in the shadows, no more filtering the light. We're not selling a story, we're just living our life. Messy, complicated, sometimes hard to understand, but I wouldn't trade the real thing for a perfectly curated plan. Love unfiltered, this is us. No pretense, no need to adjust. We're not perfect, but we're real, and that's the only way I wanna feel. Love unfiltered, I'm not going anywhere. This is the kind of love I wanna wear, like a second skin, like a heartbeat true. Love unfiltered, I choose you. Love unfiltered, just us. We stayed up till the sun came through the blinds, talking about a future we were too young to find. You swore you'd never leave, I swore I'd never change. We made promises like teenagers playing games, with words that felt like armor in the dark, but melted in the morning like a spark. so sure of everything we said. Before the weight of living got into our heads, we built a castle out of midnight conversations and called it something sacred, something true. But castles made of words don't stand against the daylight, and neither did we. Neither did we. Night talks and broken promises. We were so good at the beginning, saying forever like it was nothing, like we knew what we were building. Now I'm sitting in the silence of the morning after, holding on to fragments of a laughter that used to fill the space between us. Night talks and broken promises. I remember the night you said you'd follow me anywhere, and I believed you like I believed in it. We mapped out our escape from every boring life, with nothing but a flashlight in the night. We were so brave in the dark, so bold, with stories that were never meant to hold the weight of who we'd have to be when the sun came up and we could see. We thought love was just a feeling, something you could will into existence, but we forgot the work, the kneeling, the persistence through the distance. Night talks and broken promises. We were so good at the beginning, saying forever like it was nothing, like we knew what we were building. Now I'm sitting in the silence of the morning after, holding on to fragments of a laughter that used to fill the space between us. Night talks and broken promises. I don't blame you for the promises you couldn't keep. We were just two people trying not to sleep on the truth that we were never gonna be the thing we said we'd be. But I hold the night talks like a sacred thing, the way we let our voices sing of a future we were brave enough to dream, even if it wasn't what it seemed. Night talks and broken promises. Maybe that's all we were, but in the dark we had something that the daylight couldn't hurt. Now I'm sitting in the quiet of the life we didn't choose, holding on to what we didn't lose, the memory of the way we were. Night talks and broken